In today's lesson, we are going to look at the uses of helping verbs. And in this lesson, you will discover not only examples of how they are used in sentences, but their specific grammatical functions. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Make sure you click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video goes live on the channel, you will be notified instantly. This is a channel on which we not only teach you the various areas of proficiency in the use of English, but we also teach you how you can use the English language as a powerful tool for creating content. I am Benjamin from English Classes Online. Let's dive into the lesson right away. We shall begin with a quick look at the lesson objectives. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to do the following. Number one, explain the meaning of helping verbs. Number two, use am, is, are, was, and were as helping verbs. Three, use do, does, and did as helping verbs. Four, use has, have, and had. And five, explain the uses of helping verbs in sentences. Now, let's begin with the first item, which raises the basic question: what is a helping verb? A helping verb is a verb that is used along with the main verb in a sentence. As its name implies, a helping verb is a verb that helps another verb. It does not stand alone in a sentence. It is used with another verb, which it helps in conveying the intended meaning. Helping verbs are also known as auxiliary verbs and can be classified into two groups. The first group is primary helping verbs. There are three in number: be, do, and have. Of course, be has various forms: am, is, are, was, were. Okay. Then do, we have does, we have did, and so on. And then have, has, have, had. These are the primary helping verbs, and this one thing unique about these primary helping verbs is that they can be used as main verbs and also as helping verbs. But today we are looking at these three of them from the angle of their function as helping verbs. Okay. Now the second group is modal helping verbs: can and could, may and might, will and would, should, must, and ought to. Now, the modal verbs are another class of helping verbs. They're actually helping verbs, but they have various communicative functions in English grammar. Of course, I have a number of videos already uploaded on this channel that give detailed explanations about the functions of modal verbs. Okay, so you can search the channel using the playlist, the English grammar lessons, and then search for modal verbs, or modals if you like, English modal verbs. Okay, so let's look at an example of how a helping verb can be used. Junior is playing outside the class. The helping verb here is, and the main verb is playing. So together, these two verbs will form what we call the verb phrase. Okay, the verb phrase is playing. Now, is playing is, the verb phrase, and here we have the auxiliary, or let's use the word HV, standing for helping verb. You can call it AV or HV, auxiliary verb or helping verb. While this is the MV, okay, and that is the main verb, together they form the verb phrase, VP, okay? So this is exactly how the helping verb operates within the English sentence structure. Now, having said this, let's now move on to look at other items on our agenda, and that is using am, is, are, was, and were. Now, you may be wondering what these various helping verbs are all about. They are all forms of be, okay? They are all forms of be. Am, is, are, was, and were. All of them, they are all forms of be. Don't forget, we identify three primary helping verbs, and of course, this lesson is focused on these primary auxiliary verbs. We are not going to discuss modal verbs in today's lesson, even though they are also helping verbs. Any verb that helps the main verb in a sentence is a helping verb, but today our focus is on the three primary helping verbs: be, do, and have. Now, all these are the forms of be: am, is, are, was, and were. Okay, so let's now begin to look at them. Okay, let's begin to look at how we can use them, okay, as helping verbs. Eze is going to school. Now, if you look at this, you will now discover that is the helping verb, going is the main verb, okay? So that's exactly the way it is used. And then another example, I am writing a letter. Helping verb here is am, and main verb writing. They are traveling to Benin. The helping verb is are, and the main verb is traveling. Debbie was watching a movie. Helping verb here is was, and the main verb is watching. Number 5, the boys were playing outside. The helping verb is were, and the main verb is playing. So you can see how the helping verb combines with the main verb to convey the intended meaning. And together, the helping verb and the main verb constitute what we call the verb phrase, okay? Now, there is a video that I have uploaded that gives you detailed explanation of the verb phrase, okay, and how it operates within the English sentence. Let's now look at how we can use do, does, and did. These are all forms of do, another primary helping verb. Now let's look at some examples of how we can use them. I do not like sugary foods. The helping verb is do, the main verb is like. Does Jane play tennis? The helping verb is does, and the main verb is play. Did they complete the job? The helping verb is did, and the main verb is complete. So you can see how we can use do, does, and did in English sentences. Now, the third type of helping verbs has, have, and had. Let's see how we can use them. in English sentences. Eze has gone to school. The helping verb is has and the main verb is gone. When we combine has and gone, we form the verb phrase. Take note of this. What the helping verb does is that it combines with the main verb to form the verb phrase, which occupies a particular element of a sentence. You know, if you watch the video I have uploaded, on the sentence structure, then you will see that these are the various elements of a sentence. These are the various parts of a sentence. S stands for subject, V for verb, O for object, C for complement, and A for adjunct. And so one of the components is the verb. And then when you have this sentence, if we analyze this sentence, what we have is S, the Eze is the subject, has gone is the verb, to school is the adjunct. So you see that this sentence has the SVA structure: subject, verb, object. But then our focus is on the verb. And you can see that the verb element, you know, in most cases is either occupied by a single verb, a single main verb, or a combination of the helping verb and the main verb that constitutes the verb phrase. So this is really what you ought to know about the functions of the verb in an English sentence. Let's look at other examples. I have written another letter. The helping verb here is have, and the main verb is written. Okay. Let's look at another example. She had left before I arrived. Now, the helping verb is had, and the main verb is left. She had left before I arrived. Now, let's begin to look at the various uses of helping verbs. What are those grammatical functions? You know, what is the job of the helping verb? What are the things that the helping verbs help us to do in English speech and writing? Now, let's begin to look at the uses of helping verbs. And the first of these is to make continuous tense. Now, helping verbs are used to make continuous tense, that is to indicate that an action is happening at a given time. If you ask me, what are you doing right now? Then I can tell you, I am teaching an English lesson, okay? And I am creating a video lesson on helping verbs, okay? Or I am discussing the topic helping verbs, the uses of helping verbs. So what you are doing or what is happening at a given time can be expressed with continuous tense. Let's see some examples. They are working in the garden right now. You see, the helping verb is are combining with working to indicate that the action is happening at the time of speaking. Jane was watching movies all morning. The helping verb is was and is combined with the main verb watching to express the continuous tense. They were traveling to Kano when they had an accident. Were traveling conveys the idea that the action was going on at the time the accident occurred. They were traveling. Their travel was in progress at the time the accident occurred. Okay. Now, let's look at the second use of helping verbs, and that is to make perfect tense. Helping verbs are used to make perfect tense, and that is to indicate the completion of an action. Now, continuous tense indicates that an action is happening or in progress at a given time, but then perfect tense indicates that an action has been completed at a given time. Let's look at some examples and how we can use helping verbs to make perfect tense. Jack has eaten all the food. The helping verb is has, and it combines with the past participle of eat, which is eating, as a main verb, and then together this verb phrase helps us to convey the perfect tense, to show that the action of eating the food has been completed. Jack has done it. There's none remaining. Jack has eaten all the food. It's completed. The man had died before the doctor arrived. The event had already taken place. The death had occurred, done and dusted before the doctor arrived. The guests have gone home. Okay, so these are ways of using the helping verb to make perfect tense. Now, another use of helping verbs is to ask questions. Okay, helping verbs are used to ask different questions. Examples are as follows. Have you done your assignment? The helping verb is have, and it combines with done to ask a question. Are you a citizen of this country? There is an omission here. Okay, are you? Take note of the omission here. Are you a citizen of this country? Do you want coffee? Okay. Is Rose coming back tonight? Were you at the seminar yesterday? So helping verbs can be used in asking questions. Okay. All right. So another use of the helping verbs is to make negatives to convey some negative meaning when we speak or write. Now, let's look at some examples. Jack did not visit grandma last week. Jack did not. That's the negative, okay? If someone says Jack visited grandma last week, then this speaker is saying, on the contrary, Jack did not visit grandma last week. Rose was not at the seminar yesterday. I do not like coffee. That's the negative. The positive is I like coffee, but because the opposite is the case, then I say I do not like coffee. Now, if I express the positive, I may not need any auxiliary, any helping verb. I simply say I like coffee. But to form the negative, I need a helping verb, and that is do. I do not. Now, you can also shorten it to don't. I don't like coffee. Mark does not joke with his studies. You can also shorten it. Mark doesn't joke with his studies. Another use of helping verbs is to show emphasis or contrast. Okay? Helping verbs are used to emphasize a point or to contrast one idea with another. Let's look at some examples. I do want you to succeed in your career. I do. Now, is to emphasize the point. I can say, I want you to emphasize I want you to succeed in your career. But to place emphasis on what I am saying, I add the helping verb do. I do want you to succeed in your career. Sometimes it could be that the addressee or the listener feels that I do not want him to succeed in his career. And so when that impression is is made to really dismiss that impression, then I can come with emphasis. I really do want you to succeed in your career. Don't think that I don't want you to succeed. I do. Okay. Rose did attend the seminar yesterday. That's another way of emphasizing. Maybe someone is arguing that Rose did not attend the seminar. So to emphasize that she did, then you add the helping verb did. Rose really or actually did attend the seminar yesterday. Then this one is contrast. I don't speak Japanese, but I do speak a little French. You see, there are two ideas, speaking Japanese and speaking French. In the case of Japanese, I don't. In the case of French, I do a little. So you see, you use the helping verb to contrast one idea with another. I haven't lived in Jos, but I have visited the city many times. Again, this is contrast. In terms of living in Jos, I haven't, but I have visited the city many times. You see, living in Jos, visiting Jos, there are two ideas. And then to contrast one idea with another and to draw the attention of the listener to, the opposite idea or the contrasting idea, then I use a helping verb. And then the last but not the least use of the helping verb is to express the passive voice. Okay, to well, not the last, number 5. I think we still have number 6. So the fifth use of the helping verb is to express the passive voice. Okay, helping verbs are used to express the passive voice. Let's look at some examples. The thief was beaten mercilessly. Now, we have two voices, the active voice and the passive voice. The active voice in a sentence is indicated when the subject is the doer of an action. Okay, but when the subject is the receiver of the action, when the action is done to the subject, then that is the passive voice. The thief was beaten. It wasn't the thief that beat people, it was the thief that was beaten. So we use the helping verb together with the past participle of the verb, the main verb be, to form the passive voice here. The thief was beaten merciless. Junior has been sent home. It wasn't Junior who sent someone home. Junior was the one who was sent home. Junior has been sent home. They were ordered to refund the money. The robbery suspects have been arrested. These are all instances of the passive voice. And then the sixth use of the helping verb, which is the last, is to express the subjunctive mood. So here we have an omission. This is not the passive voice, but the subjunctive mood, okay? Let's look at some examples of how we can use helping verbs to express the subjunctive mood. If you are wondering what exactly the subjunctive mood is all about, then you can watch one of the videos I uploaded recently on what exactly is the subjunctive mood, or the top ways of using the subjunctive mood. If you are also wondering what moods itself means, then 5 grammatical moods in English. There's another video that will help you. So on this channel, we teach you different areas of proficiency in the English language. And so we have different video lessons that will explain different grammatical concepts so you can be proficient in the use of the language. That's what this channel is specialized in. And beyond teaching you the various areas of proficiency in the use of English, we also teach you how you can use the English language as a very powerful tool for creating content. And that also we do on this channel. Now, I wish I had listened to my parents. Now, one of the uses of the subjunctive mood is to express a wish. I wish I had listened. Now, whenever you use the expression I wish, what follows is the past tense of the verb. And here, the past tense of the helping verb have, which is had, is used to express a wish. Now, if I were an eagle, I would fly away here. In this case, you are using the auxiliary, the helping verb where, as a subjunctive verb to express a hypothetical situation. Of course, I can't become an ego. I am a human being, so I am not an ego and can never be an ego. So what the idea being expressed here is just imagined, is not real. So it's an imaginary situation. And that's what the subjunctive mood is used to express in English. Debbie wished she were a bit taller. Again, you see, Debbie cannot, it's just a wish, which also belongs to the imaginary realm, the hypothetical realm. Henry wished he were more muscular. All these are wishes and imaginary situations. So you can watch the video on the subjunctive mood, and you will be given further clarification on what exactly the subjunctive mood is all about and how various ways in which we can use the subjunctive mood. So this is where we draw the curtain on today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, like the video and share it with your friends and relations. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, kindly leave them in the comment section below. I look forward to seeing you in the next class. Many thanks for watching today's video. A big thank you to all of you out there for being part of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video. I look forward to always seeing you in the new video. Thank you.